So what's going on, Melanin Fitness Nation? It's Leslie, and I am here with another one of our kinfolk. And oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So today we have in the hot seat, spilling all of the tea, Cardi Davis. So I'm super excited to chat with you, to get to know you. But guess what? We start all of our calls out the same way, Cardi. So I'm getting ready to put you on the clock. You're going to have 60 seconds to give us whatever information about yourself you like. It can be fiction, it could be facts, it could be whatever you like, but it has to be something about you. It can be about your fitness journey, your personal life, whatever you like. And you have 60 seconds to let us know anything you want us to know, okay?
Okay.
We're already on a countdown. We're at 10 seconds right now. I'm going to turn this clock around in a second, and you will be able to go in 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Okay, so Cardi's not my real name. It is my fitness name because I'm a physical education teacher and I do not want my students looking me up on social media. I have a 5-year-old son. He has been my inspiration since he's been born to get back into fitness. A little known fact that a lot of people may not know is I used to play lingerie football for 2 years. In my 30s, my fitness journey started out with bodybuilding, and now I'm doing like obstacle course racing. So I've been like all over the place. And let's see. A lot of people say that I'm an extrovert, but I'm actually an introvert, especially when it comes to fitness. And if I ever get lost in fitness, I always know I can go back to CrossFit. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? You got like 5 seconds left.
And I love wearing funny socks. There you go.
Okay. Perfect. You did great. So thank you so much for that super cool introduction and giving us some facts about yourself. So let's get into the meat of this conversation. So tell us about your fitness journey. So tell us about this lingerie football, this CrossFit experience, and now your races that you're into. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. So just like a small snippet, when I was growing up, I didn't really play organized sports until I was in middle school. And my first organized sport was like competitive cheerleading. I did that for 2 years and I was like, this is not me. I do not want to wear a skirt. I do not want to twirl around. Just me personally. Then I started playing basketball and track in middle school, went to high school, did track and basketball. And then in college, I just walked to class just to stay fit, to be honest. It wasn't until my first year of teaching that I really started getting into fitness. For those of you that are educators, you know, your job can be your life. And I remember my mentor was like, you need to find a hobby to get you out from working so much. So I started going to the gym. Didn't have a clue, didn't know what I was doing. I met with a personal trainer. He showed me like how to use the machines. And then in the midst of that, I saw this woman walking around. And I remember seeing her like a few months ago and her body had transformed. So I went up to her and I was like, I saw you 3 months ago and you didn't look like this. Like, how did your body transform? And she introduced me into the world of like figure. It's an umbrella under bodybuilding. And, she told me her story and her journey about it. And I like to do challenging things and I wanted to stay healthy. So I decided to compete in figure. But when I had a conversation with her, that was like in the summer. So the following like winter, I found a coach and started training for figure competitions. Now, looking back at it, it probably shouldn't have been something that I should have did at first. Since, we're being very open and honest, I had like a body image issue with myself. I've always been this muscular woman. And, in these fitness competitions, they want you to be symmetrical. And, me being who I am, I'm bottom heavy. Doesn't matter how much cardio or whatever I do, like I'm always going to be bottom heavy. So when I started doing these figure competitions, of course, the judges, they just rip you apart. Doesn't matter if you come in first place or in fifth place, like you ask them for feedback or if they give you feedback, like they just rip you apart. And I ended up having an eating disorder. I was like binge eating. Once I got the feedback from the judges, I would like go back to my hotel room and just like eat. And that lasted, let me see, I competed on and off for like 5 years. So from the time I was like 25 until about 29. And then finally I was like, you know what? Even though I'm putting in the hard work, I'm staying on top of, the diet, this just isn't for me, because every time I go to this fitness competitions, even if I came in like first or like overall, it still like ripped me to shreds. So I walked away from from fitness, even though I was competing on a national stage, coming in like top 5, trying to get my pro card. And I was like, my headspace, it just wasn't worth it. Mm-hmm. So then in my early 30s, I moved into master's track and field. Totally different journey, but I loved it. I ran for a track club called TNT. I was surrounded by a lot of wonderful women. I could do whatever events that I wanted. And I really didn't train for it. Like I ate healthy and, I would run, but I didn't like really train for it. And I just did whatever I wanted to do. If a meet came up and I wanted to do high jump, I would do high jump. Meet came up, I wanted to do hurdles, I did hurdles. So that was really good for me to build back my self-esteem. And then in my mid 30s, I saw these signups for Lingerie Football League in Baltimore. So I went ahead and I tried out, and I didn't know that much about football. Like I watched football, but I never really played it. But with the Lingerie Football League, like as long as you have the look and some athleticism, then you made the team, and I did. And like I enjoyed the women. I enjoyed like one of my coaches, but I didn't stick with it because I felt like, I don't know, we were like a form of entertainment. Mm-hmm. We had bikinis on, we're, getting tackled on turf, you're getting like turf burn. Women, girls, my teammates are getting like concussions, and it was like that whole Bill Belichick mindset, next man up kind of thing. And the coaches or the league wasn't even worried about the women getting hurt. So I did stick it out for 2 years, and then I left. I'm in my 30s, like I'm trying to play to have fun, and I need to be able to function and go to work the next day after these things. Right. Mm-hmm. So after that, I'm trying to like figure out what my next thing is going to be. And I did end up going back to the fitness world again, but I did fitness where you had to put together like a 90-second routine, which was better for me because I felt like my personality came out more with the whole dancing. And since I didn't have a gymnast background, I focused more on like the one-arm push-ups, the pike holds, the shoulder stands, like more strength-based stuff. And I'm glad I went back and did it because I was much more mature. My mindset was different. It was about me having fun, not about me not trying to get my pro card. So it was more about having fun. And then I was going to go like to a national competition to try to get just try to compete for my pro card. And then I found out that I was pregnant with my son. This was 2017. So I just looked at it as this was a sign of God telling me, all right, we need to stop with the whole fitness stuff. And I was pregnant. I had a lot of I have vertigo. How can I forget? I have vertigo. So I was having like a lot of dizzy spells. That's actually how I found out that I was pregnant. And, I was exercising and I was getting dizzy and I fell a couple of times when I was pregnant. So I just I stopped working out altogether because I was like, I don't know how I would live with myself if something happened to him while I was pregnant. I ended up gaining like 40 pounds. Like I was like 130, and about time I was about to deliver him, I was like up to like 170. And I remember after I gave birth to him, I had to have a C-section. And I remember sitting in laying in that hospital bed, looking at him, and I'm like, he's going to look up to me. I need to get back on track. I need to, lose this weight. I need to start eating healthy. I need to find an outlet. So like well, I'm not gonna say when I was cleared, because I started I started walking and doing little stuff like body weight stuff like 6 weeks after I had him. And then once I was clear, like I went back to the gym. And I had the jogging stroller. So like in the morning, I would go to the gym, do weight training, come back home. My boyfriend would leave for work. I would take that jogging stroller, jog 2 to 3 miles. And I mean, I did this like 3 to 5 days out the week. Lost a lot of the weight over the summer. And then I just like hit a plateau. Like I was eating right, I was exercising. I even like purposely like breastfed because I heard that you can lose your weight faster that way. And I just plateaued. And I was like, you know what? Let me try this CrossFit thing. There were some teachers at the school that I was at that did CrossFit. So in January of 2019, I started doing CrossFit, and that helped me lose the last 10 pounds of baby weight.
Nice.
And like I was in uncharted waters with CrossFit because I was so used to just like regular strength training and some HIIT. But those of you that take CrossFit, CrossFit is just a whole nother animal. But like I love it. I love the community. I love that there's always something you can work on. And even though you could be getting stronger and you can be getting faster, the workouts still suck. They're still hard. And I'm cussing and fussing through these workouts, and I'm complaining when I'm looking at the whiteboard, I'm seeing what the next day workout is. But you know what? Still showed up. Because, I'm just looking at my son, thinking about what I said in a hospital bed. And like I said before, like the community is just awesome. So I went hard in CrossFit for like 8 months. And then just how I am as a person, I always want to try something different. So then I started doing obstacle course racing and Spartans. But I still stuck with CrossFit. But I just had to scale back because I'd incorporate more of the running. So, I mean, that's where I'm at now. Like I'm still on to CrossFit, even though this is 2023. I do a little bit of OCR, and I do some hybrid racing where it's more focused on functional fitness, rather than obstacle course racing. But yeah, that's my journey and all.
Nice. That's amazing. That's an amazing, amazing story. And you've dabbled in a lot of fitness modalities, which is very good. Because a lot of times there's, people don't really dabble in a lot of stuff. They kind of do one basic thing and then they're just done. So I commend you for that. So thank you so much for sharing your story. So tell us, what fitness advice would you have for somebody that is just starting their fitness journey?
Start where you are. It doesn't matter how old you are, where your weight is, just start with something. And even if it's just like, I used to be a personal trainer, and I used to tell my clients, like, even if you just put your clothes on and just think about going to the gym, but you don't actually go, that's still a step forward than where you were yesterday. And just take little steps, even if it's walking for 5 minutes and then bumping it up to 6, but just start where you are. Like I am 43 years old. And I just started learning how to do a lot of the gymnastic stuff in CrossFit, like, muscle ups and butterfly pull ups. So like, it doesn't matter where you are in life, you can start somewhere and still progress. Don't let age, weight, whatever your lifestyle is, don't let that deter you from it. Just start where you are and start small.
Nice. I like it. So tell us how you motivate, because you're a teacher, you're a physical education teacher. So tell us how you motivate your kids in the public sector, as well as your son, to be excited and to look forward to health and wellness. How do you do that?
Okay, so this happened like by mistake, but not really. So I used to work at this health club. And my supervisor knew like I was like all into like OCR. So they have their own magazine. So they did a write-up on me on obstacle course racing. I'm going to be honest, like I said before, like I'm very introverted. Like sometimes I don't like to share stuff with people.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't even think that, okay, my students go to the same gym that I am. I'm sure their parents, read the magazine. And anyway, they did like a 3 to 4 page spread on like my training and everything. And the look on the kids' faces, like they were coming into school with the magazine, asking me to autograph it, asking me the things that I did to get ready for the race. And like moving on and moving forward from there, they're like, oh, well, Miss Davis, can you teach us some of the things that you do, in your race and in your training? And can you start incorporating that in PE class, which I already had, but I just didn't say, oh, these are some of the things that I do. So I just, pointed stuff out. And I will say that even from the start of being a physical education teacher, I motivated a lot of the girls. I'll never forget this. So they have this like fitness gram where you have to do push-ups. And I remember one of the girls, 4th or 5th grade, she was like, can I do girl push-ups? And I was like, what are girl push-ups? And, she's like on her hands and knees and she does push-ups. I was like, I'm a girl and I've never done push-ups like that. I was like, those aren't girl push-ups. Those are modified push-ups or whatever. And then, she's watching me do push-ups. She's like, oh my gosh, Miss Davis, you can do 15 push-ups. And I'm like, yes, and you can too, but we got to start somewhere. But I was like, we're not doing these modified push-ups. Like we're going to start, I don't care if you can do one regular push-up. That's what we're going to start with. And then, we're going to work our way there. So me being a active PE teacher and just being a female, I know, and I have been told that like I motivate the girls to do things that they didn't think that they could do because they may not see other girls or other women do it.
Nice. I love it. And how do you motivate your son?
You know what? He just watches me. I don't really have to say much to my son. He just like, I have like a full-fledged gym in my basement. And I'll just tell him that, you have to come downstairs, since I'm working out, and he'll see the things that I'm doing. Mommy, can I exercise with you? Of course. He has a stationary indoor bike. And sometimes, we get on the bike, so he gets on his bike, I get on my bike together, and we'll talk about our day or just talk about things. And it may be like 5 or 10 minutes, but, we're doing something together. But I'm not gonna say I don't really push it. I don't have to push it. He sees it. So it's kind of like an expectation for him. I mean, I have rings hanging outside his room, and he'll just like wake up or whatever, just like dangle on the rings. And he's trying to do muscle ups, which is so cute. So I just think because I'm doing it, that just inspires him to do it as well.
Nice. I love it. So tell us one of your favorite CrossFit moves.
One of my favorite CrossFit moves. Okay. I would have to say the clean and jerk.
Okay.
No, you know what? No, I'm gonna take that back. Bear complex. Nope. The bear complex. Because you hit almost every muscle in your body when you're doing that move. Clean to a squat, and then you press it, you put it on your back and you do a back squat. If I don't have a lot of time to work out and I just want to do something for like 10-15 minutes, bear complexes is one of the things that I do.
Okay. Tell us one of your least favorite moves.
Oh gosh, there's so many. I would have to say wall balls. I hate wall balls.
Okay.
I mean, I'm 5 feet tall. Yeah. I hate wall balls. I hate it with a passion.
Okay. I'm always deceived. It always looks very deceptive when I see everybody's picture on Instagram. I'm like, oh, they look pretty tall. Like I kind of just say, yeah, they're probably already tall. They're probably like my height. It's fine. Never would have actually known that you're 5 feet tall. So okay, sounds good. Okay. Tell us 2 of your mottos that you live by.
Mottos that I live by: being present, always be present, always be present, and just be better than you were yesterday. Those are the two things. Always be present and be better than you were yesterday.
Favorite snack? Doesn't have to be healthy.
Oatmeal cream pies.
Oh, you did a throwback. Okay. 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 Nice. Okay. So we're going to get into the next segment of our conversation. It is called Turning Tables. So this part of our interview, you get to ask me any questions that you would like me to answer for you.
Okay. Let's see. So I've been following you. I remember when you first started the page. Mm-hmm. How has it been going from where you started to where you are now? Because I'm in awe. I'm like so amazed by everything that you have done. Like, how has it been? Like, what are some of the feelings you had? Like, was there ever a time where you like, I'm just going to give up? This is too much. Like, how has it been?
It's been a journey, I will say. It has not been easy. It's been a lot of highs, but a lot of lows, lot of lows. And the lows, I mean, they've just been, they just roll. And then I try to really ride the waves of the highs. So it's just been different. What a lot of people don't know is that it's very hard to motivate and to get people of color behind the movement. You can start a movement. It's great on Facebook, it's great on Instagram, but can you get them in the flesh? And that's just kind of like what we're working through to get more people in the flesh, because there's not a lot of people that are interested in competing in CrossFit competition. And I always try to be very open and transparent to say, hey, you might not like to compete, but we always need you to come. You can sign up to be a judge. You can sign up to help at the registration table. You can sign up to just say, look, I just want to help with marketing. What do you need me to do? And that's what I try to remind people a lot, because they're just like, oh, I don't really do CrossFit competitions. That's really not my thing. And that's great. But right now, our bread and butter comes from CrossFit competitions. That's how we're able to sustain throughout the year. It's been also a experience just being able to meet the people. Sadly, my first year, I was really wrapped up just into the whole thing kind of like transpiring so quick. So I wasn't really able to be as present as I would like. The second year, it was kind of like an up and down because I lost a lot of family members during that time. This year, for the third year, I'm really trying to stay in the moment. So just kind of like, even for our Atlanta Masters Classic this year, I was very thankful to be able to just kind of talk to people and just kind of sit with people towards the end of the day and just kind of get some feedback and just listen to what they had to say. Thankfully, throughout the 3 years, especially for the Atlanta Masters Classic, I've been able to have positive conversations, or somebody always has something positive to say. No matter how much in my mind I think I've done wrong for the day, somebody just stops me, and it's inevitable. They always stop me for some reason, and they have something to say. So I'm very thankful for those moments, because those moments are able to carry me to the next moment. So I'm thankful for that. But yeah, I'm here, battered and bruised, but I'm here. So yeah, it's been a journey.
I've admired just watching you. There were times where like I took a break from social media, but like you're doing great. You're doing awesome. And like you said before, like, yeah, it is hard to get people of color in CrossFit. I mean, at my gym, I'm probably like one of the few, Black women that are like considered like somewhat competitive in CrossFit. So yeah, that's why I admire your journey, because I don't even have to know, but I know you are going through it. I know you are.
And that's the reason why we also expanded the network to be more inclusive. So that's the reason why we went through the name change, because I think like there's a lot of people doing boot camp. And while I might not agree with the way CrossFit functions in the things that they do on a personal level, I'm just going to have to say that CrossFit works, and it's going to help you excel in so many other areas. So, we'll see if we can get some more people, but if not, they're still doing a CrossFit move. So I'm satisfied with that too.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, so I looked at the Masters Classic, like the live
Mm-hmm.
feed that
Mm-hmm.
you did. And I was like, and I'm being honest, I actually put that on one of my goals to try to come next year. I finally did my first CrossFit competition. It was like a team competition. Cause I was one of those ones like, yeah, I want to do CrossFit, but I don't want to compete CrossFit.
I get it. I get it. Mm-hmm.
But like after I did my first competition, I was like, yo, this is so amazing. Like this is like a CrossFit class on 100.
It is. It definitely is. A CrossFit experience is definitely something that is very memorable. I will say that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So your Masters Atlanta Classic is on my list for next year. I'm really gonna try to get down there because I was like, oh, this looks good. And people look like they're having a fun time. And it's in Atlanta too. Like, what more could you ask for?
June the 15th, 2024.
Oh, you already have a date?
We already have a date.
June 15th. Okay, I'm gonna have to write
We are
that
trying our best to get the dates rolled out. So therefore people can say, oh, I didn't know, or I already had something planned. So we're trying to get the dates out, like just spitting them out. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
What other
All right.
questions you got for me?
Okay. What is your least favorite CrossFit move?
Least favorite? I don't really know if I have them. I'm pretty much just like, I mean, there's things that I don't do. So like muscle ups, like I don't do muscle ups. I have no real zeal to be able to do a muscle up. Like that just doesn't interest me. Just because I'm like on another down, like I'm in another space when it comes to that. So maybe a muscle up, but it's not like I don't like it. I just don't do it.
Okay, gotcha. What's your favorite CrossFit move?
My favorite? Oh my gosh, that's hard. My favorite, I would probably have to say probably dubs. I'm pretty solid when it comes to dubs. So dubs, but I have a list like dubs, wall balls, snatches, handstand push-ups. I mean, I'm even cool with burpees, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
it's just like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll get rest during burpees. I don't mind burpees because I'll get rest on the floor.
Exactly. So it's fine.
Where do you see yourself in this space in the next 3 to 5 years? Like if money wasn't an issue, if support wasn't an issue, where would you like to be in the next 3 to 5 years?
Next 3 to 5 years, we will definitely have a Melanin Fitness Nation Gala. It will be open to everybody. We'll be in our sneakers, our black tie affairs with our caps. And I've already said this. This is the third time I've said this. We're going to be swag surfing together. So we're going to have so much fun. We will have a team competition on a consistent basis in person. So we're doing one this year. So we're hoping to be able to launch that. And there's some consistency behind that. Also, I would like to go ahead and do our 12-week program. We have a 12-week turning point program, so that will be off to the races, whether that's for the community members or that is for a company that is interested in improving their health and wellness. With the 12-week program, they get DEXA scan tests. They'll have access to a therapist, a nutrition coach that's going to break down macros. They're going to talk about their fitness journey, so whether that's in person, virtual, or hybrid. They'll also have access to a counselor that talks about their nutrition and talks about their relationship with food and what that looks like in their family dynamics. So, in employing people of color and allies in the community to facilitate that program. So that's where I really see us making, huge waves in society.
That is awesome. That is great.
So, yeah. What else you got for me? These are some good questions. I like answering questions.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't exactly know. So what do you do? You said you're a coach. You're a fitness coach. Is that your primary?
So I have 2 businesses that I operate full time. So one of my businesses is called 721 Designs. That's actually what I started with first. So I help anybody with a business, anything behind the scenes of your business, I will help you with. So when it comes to marketing, branding, virtual administrative services, coaching, accounts payable, accounts receivable, all of the above, content creation, social media management, those are the things that I provide services for my clients. So that's what I do in everyday life. And then I do Melanin Fitness Nation. So I'm a CrossFit coach, I'm a weightlifting coach as well too. And then I also take on personal trainers and coaches that are getting ready to set up their business and start their business. And I help them with programs in order to be more efficient, to take clients in person and virtually, and also provide marketing services for them and just like a list of all the things that they'll need to be successful on their journey with fitness.
That's great to know, because once upon a time I did have like my own personal training business, and then when I got pregnant with my son, I was like, let me go back into public school. But I do eventually want to get back there again. Now I know who I can reach out to. See, okay, I like these questions. Okay, I know that. Gotcha. Okay, so when you're not thinking about all of your businesses or workouts, what do you like to do, like on your free time?
Be with my partner, be with my wife, hang out on my 5 acres, chill with my dog, travel, ride my bike. For the people that know me most, they know I'm very funny, so I enjoy laughing. Pretty much an amazing cook. So anybody that comes over here, if I'm cooking a meal, you're going to be very happy with what you get, and it's going to be healthy. So it's not many times I'm going to cook anything unhealthy, and really just hanging with my mom, making my mom laugh and getting on her nerves as well too. That's really it. I'm very hyper in everyday life. So pretty much like, after I wake up at 5:30 and hit the ground running, I'm ready. Like, we can go to a pep rally at 6:30 in the morning. I'm cool with it.
Awesome. So who's your favorite comedian?
So I am not into comedy. Like, I can watch it, but like, I don't think most comedians are funny.
Okay, I respect it. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think I could think of anything else. Oh no, I got hold on. I got one more. If you could have any car in the world, what would it be?
Any car in the world? I already have it. My dad's classic 1981 Chevy El Camino. It's cool.
Oh, she said, I already have that car.
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't need anything else. I'm not really, so I used to be very materialistic. Now I'm very material. Like, I like moments and memories with my friends. Those are the things that really just, I can have the same 2012 car that I have now, because I don't even want a car note. Like, that's just not a sense to me. But, I'm pretty easygoing and minimalistic. I think the older you get, the more minimalistic you are. It's just like the things that you acquire, they're just things. Yes. But the memories that you have are just really just like, so yeah,
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the memories. Yeah. Let me see. Do you go to live sports?
So I will go to live sports. We used to go to the Atlanta Dream game. I'm not a Falcons fan, but I'll go watch them lose. I'm definitely an Ohio State football fan until I die. I love Ohio State. I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan because I'm from Cincinnati. So I'll really watch any sport. We'll even go see the Braves. So I'm pretty cool with any sport except like golf. I can't really get into golf.
That's because you're hyper. I'm the same way. I can't watch something that's like slow moving. Like, I can go to a hockey game, a live hockey game. I can go to a live baseball game. I do not want any parts of golf. None.
I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, that's it. All right, Cardi. So we're going to wrap up our conversation. I have thoroughly enjoyed chatting with you today. you all need to follow her on Instagram. She's so nice. She's so sweet. And she's always posting some great videos. So thank you so much for being a part of the Melanin Fitness Nation community. And I hope to have you on here again to get some more tea from you, because I want to get some more tea. I want to know how you're going to prep for the Atlanta Masters Classic in 2024. How about?
Oh, I don't prep for stuff. I just show up. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be. Hello? You there? Okay, like froze.
So excited to get your story. Make sure you check her out on Instagram. Thank you so much. Until next time. Later, y'all.